I thought if I gave it to you the raw, you wouldn't be able to handle it. And you might not be able to. But I understand every time I give it to you the soft, I'm not preparing you. And if I get in trouble with the creator, it will no longer be because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. It's gonna be because I did what I was supposed to do and you refuse to do what you're supposed to do. I'm not getting in trouble for you no more.
Today's show is brought to you by Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, the green juice, solves the problem of juicing greens on the go. We all know that we need to get those fruits and greens and vegetables and all that in our diets, guys, and here's a quick and easy way to get it. You just add water, drink, and let your body soak up the benefits. Visit Organifi.com to learn more about an exciting offer for you, our podcast listeners. That's Organifi, Organifi.com. Today's show is brought to you by Hellofresh. Hellofresh is a meal kit delivery service that shops, plans, and delivers step-by-step recipes and pre-measured ingredients so you can cook, eat, and enjoy. They offer a wide variety of chef-curated recipes that change every week. Sign up today. Get $80 off your first month by going to HelloFresh.com/success80 and use the promo code success80, and that's success and the number 8080.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am, and I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the semi-Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What it do, y'all? What it do?
And Dr. Douglas Thomas. This is a rolling start. We're not sure if he's in his hotel room, if he's out of his hotel room. What in the world is going on over there? I told Carl just hit record so we can listen in.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, y'all should have y'all should have told me to hit record. Doggone, I wasn't thinking. So, man, first of all, shout out, man, to all the individuals in the world that ever watched the video, that ever watched it and sent it to somebody. You know, man, thank y'all so much, man. I'm just, for real, y'all. I cannot go anywhere. I can't go nowhere without people recognizing me. It was so funny. I was getting on. I had to split up from my wife. She was like, I'm through. I tap out. I'm going home. So she went home with Jada after we left Philly. Didi like, I'm through. I tap out. Like, I got MS. I'm using my MS card. So I get on the plane by myself, and the young lady in Philly was like, yo, what are you doing? She didn't even say hi. You know what I'm saying? She didn't say, hi, how you doing? She said, what are you doing flying commercial? I was like, what? She's like, what are you doing flying commercial? I thought you would— I
ask myself that question every time I get on the flight.
You know what I'm saying? She said, I thought you'd be flying private. And I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, I'm just gonna be real with you. Like, a couple of people that I look up to and, you know, admire, they did too, and it didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'd rather get on a plane with 200 people. It's less.
I'd rather get on Spirit.
You know what I'm saying? It's less. You know what I'm saying? Just in my mind,
Spirit,
y'all, it's less likely.
Spirit be like, fam, you got a jacket?
Now, bro.
Oh, fam.
I'm just saying though, I just feel like I'm more likely not to take a dive with a plane with 300 people on it. Like that could just be my theory. Maybe it ain't right. I just feel like, you know, some of the people that
I think statistically speaking, you probably are correct that more small planes have issues than larger planes. But let me tell you something. That's just a risk I'm willing to take. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I've been stunned, Carl, ever since Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying? Ever since Aaliyah, I've been like, I don't know. Aaliyah was
boy too.
Stupid famous.
Your boy, Miles Monroe.
Yeah, Miles Monroe. Yeah. Ron Brown. I'm just like, I'm good on that.
What a way to go out, though. You know what I'm saying? You on private. If I go out, I'd rather be with my people on the small joint than on the big joint with, you know what I'm saying, Fred. You know what I mean? He don't even know my man. You know what I'm saying? So, well, what were you saying that to say something, or were you just saying in general, just shout out to the people?
I'm just saying shout out. No. I'm just saying shout out, you know, her. I get off the plane. I'm walking through, you know, I mean, I get right off to go straight. And, you know, Dallas is not where you go to like a main, what do you call it, baggage claim. Like they don't have it where like everybody kind of funnels through the exact same one. They kind of go in a circle and you come out like right there. So, I mean, I get off, go right there. And as I'm walking, dude from Fridays, you know, white gentleman, he might have worked there, probably in his 40s, you know, might be 40 years old, was like, E.T. And everybody looking like, who's E.T.? And so I'm trying to be on the down low, like I'm trying to get in, get out. We had 2-day conference. He takes it. So, of course, other people start seeing him. I thought they were just faking it because he was doing it. Like, let me see who was my man. You know what I'm saying? Let me pretend like I know him. And,
it was like Coming to America when I was at the basketball game and seeing Prince Akeem. This is the greatest day of my life.
My life.
Yeah, they didn't know who my man was. You know what I'm saying? So I you know, I do all that, get out, and I'm sitting there waiting for Jalen to come. And I'm sitting just chilling outside. See her this one. Some young lady, I mean, she must know I'm a 99 Flamingo, bruh. 99. See, go on, you tell it. Because I want to know what you heard. I don't know what's going on.
I just hear somebody randomly walk up to E and all I hear is like 10 F-bombs in a row.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, yo, what's up? You all right? Like somebody run up on you? It's like a lady's voice. Bruh, she tells the most horrific 5-minute story. My kids got kidnapped. I'm not exaggerating at all. My kids got kidnapped, then I ran over there and he punched her in the face. And then I got my kids and I got them, and then they got re-kidnapped. Bro, this is going on for like 5 minutes. I'm not lying. I'm like, E, walk away. And at the end of it, she was like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you got $6 I can borrow? I was like,
oh, bro. I'm talking about, bro.
And then E, he gonna listen to all of that and be like, shoot, all I got is my debit card. I'm like, E, you gotta give her something for that. Bruh, that was a magnificent story.
I don't carry cash. I'm like, I don't care, cat, bruh. It was the weirdest thing I saw. And then my man next to me was like, yo, bruh, you was on the phone. She looked at me and then came straight to you. I was like, bruh, it's the flamingo magnet, bruh. I was like, trust me when I tell you, it's the flamingo magnet, bruh. Like,
I never heard such a story.
Yeah, I'm talking about I have never heard.
Tall tale.
I'm talking about a tall tale, bruh. And so there was a security person, I thought, that had my back. It was a young lady sitting there, you know, she came and saw me real quick and then sat down and watched her the whole time. And then I saw the police come. I'm like, bet. They didn't call the police. Bet. Police come right next to us, look at me. I raised my hand in distress like a little quick boy, like, help. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't be all obvious because she was standing there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was like, boom, bruh, I need help. I got my hand up and my man stared at me, looked at me like, look, everything looked like it's all right, and pulled the blank off. I'm like, Lord have mercy. So then she went for another 5 to 10 minutes about how her kids was adopted, but they wasn't adopted, they was taken, and she found what she tried to find them and can't find them.
And I'm like, he's sitting there letting her say the whole thing. I'm talking about the whole thing. I'm on the phone. He keep checking back with me like, you still listening? You still listening? I'm like, yeah, I'm listening. I'm like, this is entertaining. We need to get the script. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood couldn't write this. So, hey, you know what? Normally, you know, when you're rolling with the hip hop preacher, it's a gift and a curse. I'm not gonna lie. So normally, like, you know me, I'm not as flamingo. Like, I try, but I'm like, bro, we got something to do. I'm like, right. You know, it just get taxing because it's like every 5 steps, right? So, but the upside of that is the other day we went to the what was it? The Eagles and the Titans preseason game. And so, of course, we trying to get there. Everybody stopping pictures. We like, yo, just walk and take the picture. Of course, we love the fans and the supporters and family and just taking every picture, which is cool. No issue, but it's delaying us where we trying to go. And we trying to go down, we got to get down on the field. So that was the bad side, is we had to stop every 5 seconds. But then on the good side, we got up there and the security was working. And they saw E, and my man was like, oh, E.T., yeah, what's up, man? He's like, go straight to the front of the line. It was a long line, probably like a 20-something minute wait maybe. And dude was like, yeah, just go on up to the front of the line. And I was looking at my man like, yo, walk us up there. So when we get up there at the front of the line, they not tripping. So my man like got distracted or something, but then the dude who was at the front of the line turned and saw E and was like, E.T. I said, oh, we home free. We cut the whole line and got up in that joint and got on the field with like 5 minutes to spare. So.
I'm talking about 5, 10 minutes left. So why did I think it's the security girl listening to me? She about to say that my life, when her own girl finished, I won't go through all my bags, all of them, find $1. I'm embarrassed at this point. I just like, look, all I got is $1. I would give you the other 5, but I don't have it. I was also grateful that she had a real number in her head. For all you listening, she was very specific. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she had a very realistic goal. Yeah, she had, after all of that, yeah, she talked for 15 minutes. She charged $6 every 15 minutes. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? That's not expensive.
$24 an hour. She good.
Yeah, that's it, bro. I mean, that's good. So she finishes. I'm like, bet. Jalen pulls up. He like, see Jay come. I'm like, bet. She finishes. The security person come up to me. I'm thinking, like, why you ain't say nothing, do nothing? She's like, oh, I ain't security. I work here, but I ain't security. Can I get a pic? I'm like, oh, Lord. I'm like, yes, you can get a pic. I'm like, I said, you sat through that whole story to get a pic?
At the airport, if you pull up and leave your car for 2 seconds, security about ready to SWAT team on you.
I'm talking about SWAT team. Yeah.
I'm in distress. I can't get nothing.
Yeah, that's how I'm doing. Oh, then they heard, sorry, guys, listeners. So what they were talking about specifically was I get my key, room 1115, come up, open the door. It looked like somebody just had like a teenage party. I mean, stuff everywhere. Sheets off the bed, pillows on the ground, cups. Somebody had like their 16th birthday party right in the doggone room. And I'm sitting in the room like, yo, this can't be real. So I called my man and he like, okay, what you want to do? I'm like, what do you mean, what do I want to do? He's like, you
trying to keep it or you think we should swap
right,
him
that's
out?
what he said. Okay, all right. So, we'll get off of all of this. But here, I got a pet peeve. And I know it's probably me because I know I'm starting to realize now, sometimes like I just be in my head, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking they should be in their head. So anyway, I walk in. Why does every attendant at a hotel, when you walk in, you walk up to the front counter with your luggage, why do they ask you, how can I help you? I'm like, I want to check in the hotel, bro. What do you think I'm trying to do here?
You should have asked her for $6.
And I don't even know if it's how can I help you. I don't even know if that's what he asked me. It's kind of, there's something different. Like they be asking me like, why are you here? It's kind of like that.
What
it's kind of like
do
that.
You have?
Right. You feel me? And I just be sitting there like, what do you think? Why am I rolling in a hotel with suitcases? It's like, I would just think it's like, Mr. Thomas or whoever you are, hey, glad you're here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to check you in. My man, like, what kind of business do you have here? I'm like, yo, bro, this is, and it's not just him. It's not just the Western. It just seems like it's universal.
Feeling like Jackie Robinson.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, right?
Hey,
like
do me
Jackie.
a favor. E, I need a favor, though. I need you, E, to sit down, E, and write all these travel stories out. You out here trying to sell motivation, bro. Bump the motivation. These travel stories is hilarious.
Yeah, you're right, bro.
Jackie Robinson
like that,
of motivation.
I like that, Carl.
E cross so y'all could walk. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, do me a favor. Somebody who's listening to all episodes and you don't mind listening to the front of the rest of them, go back.
No, your dad
people who be binging.
your dad.
Pops definitely heard them all. Yeah, Pop, that's
so whoever
Pops
you are,
heard them all.
Yeah, if you want to do that for me, text Carl, let him know. You'll go back over all of them and find the stories for me. And scribe the stories.
Yeah, we need to do that and then put the best of ET travel stories. Well, I got one.
Hilarious.
I got one for y'all. And I didn't even tell y'all. I really got two. Or maybe I'll just tell one. No, I'll tell both of them. The other day, did I tell y'all about the fight I had to break up in Detroit?
No.
Yeah,
Detroit.
Crazy. I'll be
what were you doing in
Detroit?
Detroit?
This ain't the one I wanted to tell. I wanted to tell the one from literally on my way to Philly the other day. So me and I got my whole squad with me. Me, Candace, Avery, and Trey, right? And we coming through security. Now, I heard it was like two dudes, middle-aged white dudes. I say probably 40s, mid-40s, maybe the late 40s. No, not late 40s. They about E's age. You know what I'm saying? They look older than E, but they was about E's age. Right? Either way, one had a suit and tie on, one had like a casual polo, slacks, whatever. So I'm like behind them in the security line, and I hear them like having like a back and forth, but it kind of looked like they were together. Like, you know what I mean? Like they were like joking each other, if you will. Like I saw him and it was kind of aggressive, but it was like that swag, like you with your boy, like, oh, shut up, you stupid. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, so I didn't even pay any attention. So then we went over, you know, Detroit got the 2 escalators going down as soon as you come through security, right? Like right next to each other. So they were on the escalator to the left, and like I started hearing like some vulgar language, like, you know, shut the F up and da-da-da-da. But it was still didn't like strike me as like anything was going down. It was like 2 dudes, like, I'm like, maybe they've been drinking and I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I'm like, yo, I got my kids here. Y'all dropping mad F-bombs. And then one dude kicks the dude in the back. He was like riding down the escalator behind him, kicks him in the back. My man stumbles down a couple steps. Again, I don't know why, but maybe it's because of who it was. I just wasn't thinking this was like no real beef. So then we get off the escalator and we start walking, and dudes like, say another effing thing, I'll punch your throat. Like, dog, these dudes like, I'm talking about like going at it, like in each other's face, fist clench, everything. And I was like, whoa. And I was told Candace, like, keep walking with the kids. And I was like, you know what? Should I like try to intervene? Like, first of all, I'm pretty sure I would slap both of these dudes pretty easily, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? If it ever came down to it. But I was like, should I be a good citizen? And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I don't know what happened. But anyway, so I was like, all right, Candace, you keep walking. I went up and got in between them and was like, hey, fellas, not worth it, not worth it. Like both of them like shaking. I'm talking about like trembling. And I'm like, yo, chill. So I finally told one dude, like, yo, just go to your stop, whatever.
Go to your corner. Go to your corner.
So one dude, the dude keeps walking, and I'm thinking like, okay, I did my civic duty. I'm good.
It's done, yeah.
My man sitting there, he walks away like 10 steps and just drops all his stuff and starts to knuckle up. Now dude trying to get past me, and I'm like, no, chill. I'm like, yo, y'all got families. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the whole thing. Long story short, I let him go, and these dudes, didn't either one of them really want to fight, apparently. But one dude just like followed the other dude to the gate, and then I got to the gate, and one guy was on my flight. So not the one I had originally grabbed. The other dude, he came up. Apparently, you know, my man, and I believe his version of the story. You know what I mean? Because he kind of looked like the dude who was like, "Yo, what's your problem?" He was pissed. But apparently, when they were going through security, you know how people act in security lines sometimes, like, chill. Everybody got to go somewhere. We get it. But he was like, yo, my man was like reaching into the machine and like pulling everybody else's stuff out and like slamming it down the line. You know what I mean? Trying to wait for his stuff to come out. But he in a hurry. So he like throwing other people's stuff. And he's like, one lady stuff like purse or something like fell out on the ground. So the dude was like, yo, hey buddy, chill. Like, what's your problem? Chill out. So my man finally got his stuff and walked by, and he said he shoulder checked him on the way to the escalator. Like, yo, like, you know what I mean? And so the dude who got shoulder checked, who I'm talking to, was the dude who kicked him down the stairs. So, I mean, the version of events, I don't know. Anyway, it was crazy. So, long story short, nothing happened. They didn't fight, but I did have to intervene. And, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I did my civic duty. But anyway, fast forward. This is another travel story. I'm on the plane the other day, right? I get on the plane in Philly. Now, I'm in the very first row of the plane, all right? So, not, you know, first class, right? But the worst first class seat you can have, and I don't want to.
Is there such thing of that, Carl? The worst first class?
I promise you, I'm not complaining. But the first class seat is got the wall right there. So you really better off sitting in comfort or something where you can stick your legs under the chair. For me, you know, there's no leg room. So at least I had the aisle, right? So I can stick my feet in the aisle when the flight attendant's not coming, whatever. So the guy, I sit down, the guy's like, hey, you know, would you mind if I had an aisle seat? And I said, well, you know, and my man wasn't even tall. I'm like, bro, you know, if we were in the, you know, the second row, I might let you, but, you know, my legs kind of long. I need to be able to stick them on the aisle. He was like, can I please have the aisle seat? And I was like, okay. And he wasn't like aggressive or nothing. He was just like, you know, I said, why? What's up? He was like, well, if I have to spring into action, I want to be ready to go. So I'm like, whoa, what you mean spring into action? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he was like, I say, oh, are you a air marshal? And he was like, no, but I am a black belt. I said, okay. I said, you know what? So in my head, I was about to be like, yo, I'm good. If something happened near me, I'll take care of this area right here. You hold down the window. But I was like, something in my head was like, okay, this be the one time something jump off. And if my man is Van Damme, you know what I'm saying? I'll be looking like a dummy. So I said, you know what, bruh? Go on and change it up, right? So anybody who's listening to this show over the past couple of years knows we used to have a segment called The Lion and the Gazelle, or Gazelle, right? A Lion of the Week, Gazelle of the Week. This dude got both, right? So Lion of the Week, because he like ready, right? So I sit in the window, he says to me, he says, hey, you know, thank you for that. He says, it's really important that I watch every person who comes on the plane. I like to look straight into their eyes, then I look at their ankles. I said, their ankles? He said, yeah, because that's where they would be carrying a weapon. He said, I'm so tired of all this stuff happening on these planes. I'm just waiting for something to happen on one of my flights.
Oh, wow. Oh,
wow. I was like, whoa. He's like, he started telling me about his training and disarming people with guns and knives, and bruh's going in. So I'm like, oddly though, I am feeling a little safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, okay, this can't be nothing but a positive. I wasn't thinking about that, but now that you got me a little nervous about it, cool, I'm glad you're here. So my man, sure enough, he looking at people in the eyes, watching ankles, looking at people in the eyes, watching ankles. I'm just watching him, watching people, right? So all good. Lion of the Week, you willing to defend the honor of this flight from Atlanta to Philly? Okay, here's where the Gazelle of the Week comes in. My man slept the entire flight.
You feel me?
Was snoring. Carl, my man was snoring.
He did all his work up front. He did all his work up front, Carl. Don't judge him. He did all his work up front.
Drool coming out his mouth. He didn't order a water, a drink. He didn't take a snack. My man slept.
Hey, everybody's ankle was slim. He was good.
Everybody's ankle
like,
was
what if
slim.
somebody would have just brute force tried to take this joint over?
Nope,
I almost picked little man up and put him in next to the window. I was so pissed. My legs was tight. I was hot.
Hey, my man read their eyes. See, and he
all
looked
of his
at
work
their
was done
eyes.
up front, bro.
Right, he looked at their eyes and he knew. Like, I don't see that in
Yeah.
nobody's eyes and the ankles and head.
Nobody.
We good.
Nobody ankles or eyes. Yeah.
I was like, dog, this is a violation, dog. How you gonna swear an oath to defend the plane? You know what I'm saying? And you knocked out.
Hilarious. Wow.
If you tuned in to hear motivation from Eric Thomas, that's not what this podcast is about. All right, this is just three dudes.
We 20 minutes in, they pissed.
Talking to a microphone.
Hey, they pissed.
Oh, no doubt.
No, y'all good.
You know
No.
The hate mail
We
of the
lost
day.
all the hate mail last week. Remember, we lost all that last week. So now, all we got is true supporters.
But somebody
right now.
didn't
We
hear
may
last
only
week.
be talking to
They
ourselves.
just tuning in.
You know what I'm saying? This may just be like something you bury in the backyard. Your kids pull it up like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? We've been a little rough the last few weeks, so we figured, hey, let's have a slow
tone it down.
Lighten it up. Yeah, lighten it up.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody who came out to Philly. Verified conference, man. That was a lot of fun, man. I had a lot of fun in Philly. A different type of conference, right? We had, myself, E, and Willie, of course, with the keynotes. But we had some fire information. I mean, fire come from Q, from Toby, from Karen Civil. I didn't know what to expect from Karen. I never, I knew she was a beast. And I was like, man, I hope she come in and drop nuggets. But she dropped some crazy nuggets. Then Nikki got on stage. And I don't know what got into Nikki, but she went crazy up there, man, giving crazy information on. So let me tell you something. You had everything you need to be able to take your social media to a whole nother level. And she was just up there, and it was like watching a master at work. And the conference was phenomenal. 2 days, man. I love the energy of the people in Philly. It just felt like family. Like, it wasn't even like we were like presenting to them. It was like a conversation for real, man. And the feedback I've been getting, man, and people just like, yo, this was life-changing. I heard a bunch of stuff that really helped me get to the next level. So I'm super excited. Anytime we do a new conference or, have a different feel, we kind of got our role with 1%. We know what we're doing. It's hot. You know what I'm saying? The information is crazy. But with this one, it was kind of like, okay, this is the first one, and so I always appreciate people who come out to the first one because, basically you coming out on, our word. And so shout out to everybody who came out to Philly, showed love. 2-day event, just phenomenal. Both days, just super rich. And yeah, appreciate everybody, who got up presented.
Yeah,
my
shout
man
out
Words.
Pat, man.
Yeah, shout out to
Words,
Words, for getting up and doing. Anybody else who presented?
Mustafa.
Mustafa.
Yeah.
Moose came out, killed it early on Sunday. Moose just getting crazy with the disc training. He got a little squad with the disc that's like the dream team coming through. So shout out to
assassins.
Moose. And man, no, it was a phenomenal event. So any takeaways from you, brothers?
Yeah, shout out to Pat, man, Patrick in Detroit. Just for everybody who's listening, this young man, he's still in his 20s, but we met him. We met him as a valet. I guess that's what it is, Carl. What you call him? Valet. And we built a relationship. He came to one conference, came to another conference. Now he coming like on the reg. Wrote a child's book, working on some other stuff for us. You know what I'm saying? Like he like in the graphic design area now. Like, take a look at this. It shows C. So shout out to those people, man, who not just, they're not just listening or not, they don't want to just be associated with us, but they're actually, learning and growing with us. And it's just a blessing to see. Marshall called me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play Marshall's voice memo real quick. Let me just stop. Let's play that real quick.
Good morning, brother. Hope all is well. I just wanted to thank you, man, for who you are, your platform, man. Really thank God for you. Thank God for connecting me to you, because stuff is coming full circle. Of course, I got all the motivation a few years ago to leave my job in the whole nine, right? Then since being connected, it's crazy because I went from not even being able to afford a ticket to one of your events to pretty much having full access. I got my wife one ticket in Philly. Wow, it was Philly 3 years ago. And I think I had a VIP ticket that YB gave me because he was part of the highest package or whatever. And I remember being embarrassed, now being in a position to afford a 4-figure sponsorship, being able to sponsor Verified and the remaining 1% events is just a tremendous blessing. And being able to bring my homies along who wouldn't be able to afford a ticket on their own, it's just, man, I'm just grateful and I'm thankful. And this weekend, you don't even understand how powerful it was, not only for me, who wasn't even coming there to really get anything aside from connect with people to use 120, use our services, but for my homies who came, like my guy Mike, the big beard, who's a music artist. He came there really for Toby and Karen, and he got so much from them, and then everybody else too. Then my homie Akio, who's an artist, he paints on shoes. He actually got connected to Organifi through you guys, but it was just so powerful. And then my mother-in-law, I'm not sure if you saw I tagged you on Facebook, she called us the Three Wise Men, and I thought about it. I said, wow, this whole weekend was about how your gifts will make room. And then we have 3 people who were phenomenally gifted in their areas, and it was confirmation, especially from my guy Mike, who's he walks around with a defeatist attitude, and he was almost gonna let his ego get in the way of allowing me to bless him with the 2-day access, and I paid for his hotel room and things of that nature. And that's stuff that I learned from you guys, you and your wife. I don't even know, Dee Dee sent us $250 when she found, literally 5 seconds after she found out we had another baby. And I was like, oh, you don't have to do that, Dee Dee. She was like, you need to learn how to receive in the receiving season. So I'm just grateful that I'm connected with you guys, and I'm with people of high character and high grind, you know what I'm saying? And learning how to give, how to share the blessings. I got the information early. Now we're working on the income piece. And, I'm looking towards impact. So I just wanted to say thank you, brother. I love you. I love your wife, everything that you have going on. And I'm just grateful to be a part of the movement. And I'm going to continue to be a giver and not a taker. But that's it, man. I'm not really looking for a response. I just had to get that off my heart, because what my mother-in-law said on that Facebook comment, it was confirmation. It was like God saying, look, y'all need to double down. Y'all need to double down with this thing, because if you put your gifts to work, they already making room for me, but they're going to continue to make room for me, and they definitely going to make room for them. So that's all, brother. Thank you.
All right, yeah, man, I'm pumped. Marshall was like, yo, he came, you know, back in the day, couldn't afford it. You know, he was saying how, you know, and most of y'all, I don't know, y'all know YB, but he's saying YB bought his ticket. His girl couldn't afford to go to VIP. He had to leave her. And now for him to say he's sponsoring the conference, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, this is what I'm talking about,
his girl are there.
Both of them there. And he brought 3, as he said on a voice memo, he brought his 3 boys, you know, incredible. Paid for 3 of his boys to come. And I ain't trying to, you know, embarrass his boys and nothing like that. This is not what this is about, you know, but paid for one of them a hotel room, you know what I'm saying, sponsor the conference, one of the main sponsors, and he's sponsoring the 1% Club in New York and in New Orleans. Yo, man, this is what makes me proud of what we do. That this ain't, and there's no disrespect to nobody else and what they do, but this ain't entertainment. You know, this ain't entertainment. We're literally empowering people and their entire family. So shout out to Pat, shout out to Marshall. Incredible, bro. Incredible.
Yeah, no doubt.
When I tell y'all, there's nuggets everywhere. Like Willie dropped some, I'm talking about some one-liners, Words dropped some one-liners. But one of the ones that Mustafa said, the brain is wired to keep you safe, not successful. The brain is wired to keep you safe, not successful. When you think about it, it's hot. Don't touch it. Your body automatically pulls your hand back, you know, when it's hot. So it's like your brain is just wired to keep your body as comfortable as possible.
Isn't that something?
But it's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you're really fighting your very nature when you talk about going after your dreams and goals, because it's putting yourself in a place where you're not necessarily comfortable. So I'm saying this is the kind of information, man, that people are hearing. And when you leave with that information, you know, it's like, yo, it's not like I'm not crazy. The world ain't against me. I got some internal stuff that I got to go through and fix and get past. And it's on the other side of that, everything I'm looking for. So like I said, that's a one-liner, bro. But you get that one line alone, oh, it should revolutionize everything you're doing, man. So when I tell y'all powerful stuff, man.
Them Sunday calls, for those of you like, where do I get started? I don't have the money for the conference, the Sunday calls, or get the disc assessment. That Sunday call today, I'm telling y'all, your boy is growing.
Stupid.
I'm inspiring
we have Moose right
you.
back on the call. Stupid.
But I'm bringing the C's with me, though. I'm bringing the C's with me because I know now, because I got certified, I know now y'all need direction. I get it now. I can see where some of y'all, I can see what's going wrong. And so I brought Moose on, and Moose said this morning that your brain, like who you are as a person, is being developed in the last trimester in the womb. The last trimester in the womb, and stops by the time you 7. My man said that at 24 years old, all you doing is replaying at what happened at the last trimester and 7 years old. You ain't no new information came to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not that you're not going to school and you're not learning, but he's saying that you already
how you process it.
How you programming. It's already. And so some of you, for real, you need a overhaul. You know what I'm saying? You need a detox, a mental, emotional detox, because you still on some 5-year-old stuff, you know, catching temper tantrums and stuff. And you grown, so it's in a different format, but it's still a temper tantrum. You can't call it nothing else. So when I tell y'all need to be a part of something ETA is doing, I promise y'all, I'm laughing because I'm just thinking of Eric Thomas on the credit card. Every time I say ETA, I just think of the credit card. You know what I'm saying? But I promise y'all.
Still ain't got that fixed, huh? Still ain't got that fixed. Somehow, somebody at Chase got a sense of humor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, bro, be a part of the heart, y'all. This thing is, we growing to it. I'm so proud of us, because you can't say we're the same company we were 3 years ago. You can't say we were the same company that we were in 2018, bro.
No, not at all.
All right, let me get our sponsor in real quick. With Hellofresh, each box is made up of fresh, responsibly obtained ingredients selected from high-rated, trusted farms. There are 3 plans that you can choose from. There's the classic plan, which contains a variety of meats, There's the veggie plan, which contains vegetarian as well as plant-based proteins. And of course, there's the family plans, which are quick and easy meals for those of you on the go. With their global eats option, it helps to bring authentic international dishes and flavors to home cooks for exciting new meals. The convenient part is that all ingredients come pre-measured and labeled meal kits. Cooking will become something you actually look forward to when coming home from work. This week, my family did the mushroom ravioli gratin. Man, let me tell y'all something. Yeah, the mushrooms, the thyme, the Parmesan, like you put all these things together and I'm getting hungry now again talking about it. My other favorite one we did was this black bean burrito that was fire. We did, like I said, we did the vegetarian options because my parents are here with me and they're rocking the vegetarian, but that black bean joint and this ravioli, those are two new favorites. So with subscribing to Hellofresh, there are many benefits. So you can keep enjoying week after week. Get delicious, filling meals delivered right to your door every single week for less than $10 per serving. And of course, free shipping. Manage your account easily by choosing your delivery date to match your schedule and just pause it when you're on vacation. Sign up today. Get $80 off your first month by going to hellofresh.com/success80 and use the promo code success80, and that's success and the number 8080.
All right, so shall we get into an actual topic?
Well, we tried just then. That was a little something. Carl, we tried right there.
We used to be heavily topic and then a little bit of, story life. Now we
until you took over.
You know what I'm saying?
Until you took over.
We reversed it. The takeover. All right, so here's what I got. If y'all want to talk about it, cool. If y'all don't, well, give me another one. That's all I got.
Okay.
Somebody, again, get the insurance bucket. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Had a talk with somebody, over the weekend, and they kind of were just like, "Yo, I'm really
always at the conferences. They want to talk."
Oh yeah, of course. That's what we.
Can't you see we doing something?
Shout out to everybody who was there, and shout out to everybody who was like, "Yo, see where you at? I wanted to take a picture." I was like, "Oh, okay." I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm still on 2007 C. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking when I'm done talking, I could just go in peace.
Disappear.
But, shout out to my podcast listeners, man. I appreciate y'all and love taking the pics. But anyway, somebody was like, "Yo, I'm trying to get to that next level, but I've been depressed. I've been stressed out." And I was like, "Okay, what's the source of it?" And they were like, "Yo, it's just my spouse. They don't want anything. They're not trying to get to the next level. I don't have that support, da 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 da." And I was like, "But, why are you stressed about it?" And they were like, because that's my, that's my, I don't want to say husband or wife, husband or wife, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to try to give too much information, but, that's my significant other, and I really want them, on board with this. And, we've been, arguing, about it or whatever. And, I'm just not happy, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And I'm gonna be real. I was like, "Yeah, well, that's sound." Me. Sometimes I'm just knowing when I'm over my head. I'm like, "Yeah, well, you should probably go get an ease line." And, you know what I'm saying? This seems pretty heavy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna sit up here and try to act like I know.
This
how to
my
help.
line.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like,
I got tacos in this line.
Oh, bro. I'm trying to. If you got a business or branding question, no. In all seriousness, I was just like, "Oh, okay." But it got me to thinking. The conversation is not what's as important as how much, and this is just a question, right? We can have a discussion. How much should someone else's actions or opinions influence or affect your happiness, and who's ultimately responsible for your happiness? Now, the classic answer, I know what you're gonna say, you're responsible for your own happiness. We hear that all the time. But are you really? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just asking, like, let's really break that down, because I think there's people out there who are stressed out, who hurting, who they're not having a sweet go at life, and it has so much to do with external factors, right? It's not necessarily that, their own self isn't motivated or, feeling good or whatever, but it's the things around them. And so, I was, asking from, their perspective, and I know we got a lot of, mental health awareness is at an all-time high, which is great. People are getting help. But do you think people are looking for other people to validate or create their happiness? Or You got, is that enough? You got where I'm
Get
going?
the insurance out.
Okay.
Here, get the insurance out.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Here we go.
Get the insurance out.
I got a blank checkbook.
Yeah, you feel me? So let me say this, you know, and I want to be cautious because I didn't know that people were listening to the podcast, you know.
Oh, they
so
not.
intently.
We ran them off last week.
You know
this is
what I'm
just for the
saying?
archives.
It's just us.
It's just for the archives. They stay
so,
ever dig it up. You know what I'm saying? We'd have ran off all our listeners.
Yeah, I do want to say what I'm about to say, don't take it the wrong way, right? Don't take it as...
Whenever somebody say that, get ready to take it the wrong way.
The wrong way, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Whenever you preface it with, like, look, don't take this the wrong way. A jab to your gut is about to follow.
Yeah, you feel me? So I don't mind. I don't have a problem with people emailing me or texting me and sharing with me their accomplishments. Like, for real. So don't take that the wrong way. But understand at the same time, I want you to be cautious because if you send it to me, it should be for entertainment purposes only. You feel me? And I want to say that again so I can make sure you understand what I'm saying. If you send it to me, it should be for social purposes only. You know, you wanted to share it with me. It shouldn't be for mentoring and affirmation purposes. You feel me? I want to make sure I'm clear. So if you're an adult, you're a grown man, you 20-something, 30-something, 40-something, whatever, and you send me something, and then I say to you, hey, E, did you read my book? And I say, I didn't read your book. And now you pissed. Or you sent me a video, and I didn't watch your video, and you pissed. Oh, E, I thought you was. Matter of fact, there was a young man in London who texted me, DM me. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but he DM'd me and was like, pretty much just, you know, saying how disgusted he was with me because he spoke at the same event I spoke at, and I wasn't in the audience to hear him speak. Right? So this is what I'm talking about.
Oh, this got the potential to go. So I didn't know we were going all the way here.
No, I said get the insurance out.
This got the potential to lose us the 5 listeners we got left.
Right. So get it out. Get it out. You feel me? So
go in, E. I love it.
So,
bad cop. Let's go.
Yeah. I love it. So no, we didn't switched up. Nah. Yeah, that's it.
I got E in the groove. He just over there with a machete.
No question. So, and I want to walk y'all through this because I read it. I promise you, I didn't respond. I wasn't going to say nothing. Like, I was going to pretend like it never existed, but I'm going to do it just because I think it's a learning experience. As a grown man, you should rely on whatever your source of faith is. If you got a faith, you know what I'm saying? Well, like whatever, you know, you believe in, what, you know, your higher power, whatever, right? Whatever that is for you, like that should be one. And then after that one, it should be you. Like it shouldn't be no other ones. Now, if you have I always say, I was blessed that Les Brown called me. I promise you, Les calls me, you know, regularly. I have not ever picked up the phone and just called Les. I've never like sent a video to Les after Carl chopped that joker up and was like, Les, Bob Proctor, what you think about my video? I've never done that before. I put my videos out. I never even read the comments. I'm not
And what makes you think
in,
I'm a critiquer of videos? I do videos. Them two entirely different skill sets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just being for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I can speak on camera don't mean I can evaluate your stuff and if it's effective.
Oh, I promise. And I can't because I wasn't even the one in there. That's why I said, like, entertainment. Like, if you send it to me, it's entertainment purposes or social purposes. You feel me? That's it. But what I'm starting to realize is happening is that there are individuals that Carl said earlier, you have internal stuff you need to work out, and you're trying to work it out with me. Now I became your daddy. I'm E.T. your father now. And I've had individuals who've been pissed at me. Pissed. I ain't talking to you. You ain't whatever. I looked for more from you. For what? What were you looking? But when I did my homework, I found out that you didn't have a healthy relationship with your father. And so now I'm responsible for your father not being there because now you're not just looking at me as another motivational speaker. You're looking at me as a father figure. You feel me? I never signed up for that. We never had no conversation about that. I became your father figure. I ain't even get to make the choice if I want you to be my son or not. You feel me? I didn't get to get in on the draft. You done made your, you
he got most of the time.
You feel me? You feel I'm still working
just
on
kidding,
him.
Bug. Just kidding. Little subtle shot.
Oh yeah, right. Bug. Oh yeah, you be a
it's
Bug.
all entertainment for the podcast, Bug. I write you a check.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He better call you pissed. So I'm being real though. I need you to understand, for those of you who are listening, what I'm saying. Do I mind? When somebody, matter of fact, words had hit me up, but words hit me up in the context of I'm a speaker. I'm out here doing my thing. I can't seem to get paid. I was like, all right, what are you doing? Well, I did this for the company, 40, 50 straight days. I'll send you a sound. I'm like, yo, bro, let's roll. I can work with you. It was over. It wasn't like a let's be connected for life kind of deal. It was like, yo, I got you. I can help you. And so I was reading the hookup like, yo, how in the world did you think I was supposed to be? How did I become a father figure to you? Like that don't do me like that. Don't put that on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't put that stress on me. Don't put that responsibility on me. So I had a kid from Spurgo. He got a t-shirt brand called Spurgo. He just turned 13 years old. He been on CNN.
My kids got shirts still.
Oh, you got, yep, I got mine. So he came to me the other day, at the Jordan Johnson restaurant and was like, E.T., can you be my mentor? He 12 years old, just turned 13. Carl, and I ain't no trick question, but he came up to me, Carl. I remember last year when he was selling shirts, he made $10,000 in 1 month. He came up to me and was like, yo, E, can you mentor me? 12, 13-year-old, he just turned 13. What do you think I told him,
Oh, you told him for sure.
For sure. Carl, he 12, 13 years old.
Yeah, you mentor kids.
You feel me? He 12, 13 years old. And now as he 12, 13 years old, he handling his business. I got you. You ain't got your dad in your life. But I got grown men. E, you ain't called me. E, I had a life emergency. You ain't called me. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to be funny. Didi got MS. I don't never remember a phone call from you. I don't never remember you calling me saying, yo, I heard Didi got MS. How's she doing? Is it progressive? Is it aggressive? You ain't never called me. But now all of a sudden, like, I'm your daddy. So now I'm responsible for your happiness. I'm responsible for all E. I got dudes who like E. You a motivational speaker. You ain't never looked out for you. I ain't never had nobody. Les Brown, let me repeat myself. Les Brown called me for a conversation. Les ain't never gave me a gig. Like, Les has never got me a gig. I've never heard somebody say, yo, Les Brown didn't take the gig and he said you should take it. That's never happened to me. We had a conversation. What did he say to me in conversation? He said some motivational, positive words. At no point did I walk out of there and go, Les Brown, because you sat down with me and you talked to me and you told me I'm going to be the #1 motivational speaker in the world, because you told me I'm the best in the game right now. It is your responsibility now. I might have been number 10 or 12 at that time. It's your responsibility, since you said it, since you were the forefather, since you was the one that did it before everybody else did it. Les Brown, you owe me a spot at #1. I never took it like that. I took it as entertainment. Don't take the word the wrong way. I took it as entertainment. I took it as social. I took it as inspirational. But the responsibility I did not give to another man. I went home and Carl was with me. We went back, cut his stuff up and chopped it up to give it to you. We cut it up and chopped it up to give it to you. We wanted you to be inspired by what Les said. So go back and watch it. I don't know if everybody got access to it or not, but go back and watch it.
It's in BU.
Okay, it's in BU. So get in BU and go watch it and then kill your subscription. All right, but go watch this thing. All right, this thing is powerful. But at no point did I ever go, Les Brown now is my motivational father, speaker father. And it is his responsibility. And so that's all I'm saying. See, the thing I hate about it is I have this response. That's why I said in 2019, I'm not pulling no more. And all I meant by that is it's not mutual. I got to be your daddy, which we never agreed to, never wrote that in contract. I have to make sure that you happy. And when you not, it's my fault. I got to make sure I get you gigs. I got to make sure that whenever you're going through something, even though you didn't tell me you was going through it, I'm supposed to know that you're going through it. And I'm supposed to call you and fix it and make it right. And I'm supposed to put forth all this effort, all this work. And I realized at the end of the day, I was like, yo, I'm not trying to be funny, but it's just not fair. It's just not fair. It's all on me. It's like 95-5. It's all on me. I got to do all the pulling. So when my back, I pull my back out, you know what I'm saying? Pull a muscle, and I can't go to work and can't do, then you go to the next person and do whatever you do. So yeah, I'm not mad at nobody. I'm not hurt. I'm just saying this was the year where I was like, I want to be with other men who are pulling, and we all pulling. And some people can lift 250, some people want to lift 200, some people lift 150, some people lift 100, but we're all taking our energy and our strength and we pulling the same weight, pulling it the same way with the same energy and the same effort. And I'm not willing to be in relationships no more where you didn't come and hear me speak. First of all, you never even told me you were speaking. I didn't know what the lineup was. Nobody sent me a memo. And whenever you were speaking, if it was before I was speaking, I got to get prepared to speak just like you speaking. And if it was after you were speaking, I spent a few minutes watching the what do you call them? They were like, man, amateurs. I sat there and watched the amateurs. And I saw them watching me to see if I was watching them. But when I got to a point where it was like, yo, I need to get ready for the airport. I need to get up out of here. I left. So I just like, when I got the email, I just like, yo, bro, this is so immature. This is so one-sided. This is so unfair. Like, this is ridiculous. You are holding me to a standard that I didn't even know existed. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you should have texted me and said, yo, E, we speaking on the same stage. This what time I'm speaking. Can you hear me? That would have been better than for me to not even know you were speaking and you assume I knew you were speaking, and now you sending me this negative energy. Well, what about all the videos that I did that did inspire you? What? And then that's the other thing I don't like. It's like when you're in those kind of relationships, only the negative get magnified. Only what you do to get magnified. It's like, bro, look at all the stuff I did do. Look at all the videos. You got the hat like me, the shirt like me. You know what I'm saying? You speaking like me. I gave you enough content to get started. But again, because you are immature and you are a taker, you don't see what I did. And you can't appreciate what I did for you. All you could talk about is what I didn't do for you. What do you do for me lately? So the pressure is too much. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I got to keep giving and keep giving. You just drink. I got to keep giving. And it just don't stop. So for me, see, I'm like, yeah, bro, I can't do it no more. I'm not a hero. I'm not your celebrity. I'm nothing. I'm a human just like you. And I bleed just like you, got challenges just like you. And I only want to be in relationships where you're responsible for you, I'm responsible for me. And when we have time, we can pour into each other. But to getting up every day and having to continue to, like, I sold that car where it was leaking oil and I had to get up every day and keep putting oil in it. I just got rid of that car, see? I can't do it. I'm waking up every day and the oil is out and check oil light, check engine light on. I had to get rid of that car, bro. It even though I didn't have a note on it, it demanded so much of my energy and my time. I'm smelling like a doggone, what's it called when when your tailpipe, that smoke or whatever is coming out. It was the exhaust. I was smelling like exhaust everywhere I went. You know, I was a gas guzzler. The oil kept leaking. You know, the battery. It just was too much, bro. And I was like, yo,
can I just say, and can I be real with you? Like, this is one of the things that, okay, and I'll try to say this correctly. Get the bucket ready. Let's just, you know what I'm saying? Part of talking, wait, no listeners anyway, so let me just talk freely. No, and Carl, you probably feel it. So I am a triple Z list celebrity, right? But even for the people who come up, you know, after events and stuff, I always try to be conscious because, like, imagine you got all of these people and everybody wants, you know, their time and, you know, stuff like that. And it's like, I'm always trying to make sure, like, all right, cool. Don't brush anybody off. Don't whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's like, and I love the interaction with, you know, people who support us. We wouldn't even be here without y'all. So I'm no definitely, questions asked. What I don't like is feeling like I could possibly, like, if I don't shake your hand correctly, or if I don't give you enough time, or if I don't even see you and I just walk away, or I go to the back, you know what I mean? Like, there's that feeling that gives you a little anxiety. But the reality of the situation, and you know, I said it to a young man who I talked to over the weekend. He was like, yo, I just need 1 minute of your time, bruh. I know you super busy. And I'm like, bruh, don't put me on the pedestal. Like, you should be busy too. You know what I'm saying? Like, busy is not like a habit of somebody who's only success. Like matter of fact, if you're not successful, you should probably be busier than the person who is successful.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm like, but I don't, to be honest, like E says it, bro, we are as down to earth the dudes as you could possibly imagine. And sometimes when people put you on that pedestal, and I understand the reverence, like, yo, y'all did a lot for my life. And trust me, when I'm blown away by the stories I hear from people saying, yo, the podcast, I was suicidal, you know, I was depressed, I was all of those things. And trust me, we do this for you guys. But at the same time, E, I guess what I'm trying to get to is don't put other individuals on pedestals and knock yourself down. Because then it's hard to find validation inside of yourself if you don't see yourself as high as you see E.T. I'll try to say this correctly. So when you think E is a god and he's not, but when you think he is and you start putting all that energy and effort into him validating you, you're setting yourself up for failure because you're not going to get that validation that you're seeking. And you're seeking that validation because your self-esteem is low. So you have to esteem yourself. Like, I'm going to be real. Like, there's people in my phone who may be who are of way higher stature than I'll ever be, probably, right? Money-wise and fame and notoriety and everything. And while I have a deep respect for what they do, maybe even appreciate them on a whole nother level, I promise you, I do not get my validation from if I text them, if they text me back. Or if I call them, do they return my call or even answer my phone call? Why? Because I get the validation from myself. And I think that's what he's talking about. And now, let me try to take this, I try to take the theory and make it practical. We're not talking about you reaching out to us. Somebody listening, you have somebody in your life right now who's not answering your phone calls as often as you feel they should. Or they're not giving you the same amount of time that you think they should. And what's happening is you're waiting on them to validate you, and the stress and anxiety that you have is coming from the fact that they're not affirming you. So that's why I'm telling you, you have to be able to affirm yourself and find happiness within yourself, because as long as you see your happiness and everything else in somebody else's hand, what a stressful feeling that is. You know what I mean? Like, they carrying your whole body, heart, and everything around in their hands. And if they so choose to give you the energy that you see fit, then you can be happy. But if they don't, you miserable. And that's just a dangerous place to live in. So this isn't about CJ or Carl or E.T. This is about that young lady who you've been wanting to date and she not returning, or the young man who, you were interested in and he kind of ignoring you, or the friend that's the cool friend who not texting you back and you feel some kind of way about it. It's like, yo, stop putting them on a pedestal. You are royal too. Like, somebody needs to tell you that. Like, yo, you royal too. They should be honored to have your phone call. They should be honored to hear from you. Absolutely. And until you see yourself like that, it's going to be hard for you to find that happiness, man. And I don't like when I'm put in a place where, because of whatever, I'm now in charge of making sure you're happy. That's not fair. That's not fair to E. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to whoever in your life. It's not fair to you if you're that person for somebody else. Because as long as you're waiting on me to be your happiness, at some point I'm going to let you down. Period. I let myself down sometimes. But so for sure, I'm about to let you down. And I think the sensitivity. Go for it.
It's not though about you letting them down though, see? It's about going, you're in the wrong place and the wrong source. So whatever it is you're trying to accomplish is not going to happen. You're going north when you're trying to get to Alabama. It's not going to happen. You in Cincinnati and you starting to drive north. You going real fast. You in a sweet car. You got good intentions. You're not about to get to Alabama. Alabama is south. So when you go to your wife looking for that, when you go to your father or mother, I tell my son, that's where a lot of the little hookups was from. And me and C had to have a talk about it, so I had to be balanced. But that's my son. So I saw my own son going, man, Dad, I want your, I'm like, son, I promise you. Hey, bro, I love you. Bro, you my firstborn. Ain't nobody on the earth with the kind of love I have. Like, you the one that gave me my why. You know what I'm saying? Your sister came after you. You had already had me going back to school fired up. I love you, bro. But what you have to understand is I love you like you are. I don't care if you graduate from high school. I would like for you to. I would like for you to be functional, handle your business. But you got to understand, my love for you, bro, don't have nothing to do with how much money you make. I don't care if you go to the NBA, the NFL. I don't care where you go. If you went to jail, doggone it, I'll be up there every doggone weekend. I'll tell my agent, ain't no gigs on Sunday. I'm going to see my son. I don't care how far you were. Say it again. Sunday is jail day. You feel me? Like, I'm going to jail day. Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I have to tell my son, like, don't do that. Don't do that, son. Don't. You grind for you. You take care of your business so that you can be proud of you. Don't look for me to be proud of you, because some dads ain't gonna be proud of their sons because they sick. So you can't allow son and I'm your dad. I've been there for you since day one, but you still can't make me, like, you still can't do it and look at me and go, Dad, are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy with what you did? And if you happy with what you did, you darn Skippy, I'm happy. So I'm just saying, so I'm gonna show y'all what this looks like, right? So I was in LA and I called Mia. And I was like, Mia, you still in LA? She's like, yeah, because, you know, she had worked for Steve Harvey. So I was like, yo, come holler at me. So, you know, she came over to the hotel. I think it was like a part of my tour when, you know, me and D was in San Diego, LA or whatever. So she came, you know, and we kicked it. And, bruh, it was the most, I don't know if y'all hung out with Mia before, but it was the most pleasant conversation.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
She's
been great.
Yeah, I'm just saying, though, and I want people to understand it. Maybe she should get on the phone and do it, whatever. She texts me all the time, but it's not the pressure when she texts me. So it could be once a month, once every, 3 months. But when she does it, it's not she wants something. It's like, what up, E? My dad asked about you. Me and her father, man, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? And he's done a phenomenal job how he raised her. And so we kicking it. Not one time did she say, hey, I work for Steve Harvey, you know what I'm saying? And I want you to, you feel me? I want you on the show. Matter of fact, she was so respectful. She was like, when she did talk about Steve Harvey, whatever, she said she had talked to maybe Nikki or somebody about it, LaShawn. I don't remember who she said, but she said whatever. But then I got to a point after we just was kicking it for a while. I was like, yo, is there any way I can help you? And she was like, no, I'm not even going to come to you right now. But there's some things that, I'm working on right now. And I believe it could be a synergy between whatever. And I love y'all. So I'm always trying to put y'all on. But if I believe it's a synergy, I know who to call. And it was just a pleasant conversation because I want y'all to understand, like, if anybody's a flamingo and love helping people, I do. But I hate sometimes feeling like I'm being used. And it's like every time we talk, it's so funny when the lady came up to me, I don't know who she was at the airport. I didn't know if she could hear, so I was like, she can hear. And the first thing she said, oh yeah, I can hear. I'm just waiting for the punchline. I'm just waiting for the punchline, E. It's coming. Like, she about to ask you for some money. And I was like, all right, cool. After about 5, I was thinking, oh no, maybe she not. Cause she on some stuff. She got some deep stuff. Like, she was on like, my kids was abducted, I got it, whatever. My people died and the police, whatever. So I was like, oh, she about to ask for prayer. Cause ain't no amount of money about to help what she just asked me about.
She about to pray for that $6.
Yeah, what I realized was she was setting the story up so strong that the $6 was gonna seem like easy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it did. I was about to Cash App you $6.
No, you playing. I was about to ask her if she had a Cash App on everything I love. I was about to ask if she had a Cash. But what I'm saying to you guys is some of my relationships with you guys, it's the same as her. It's this big
you
setup.
See it coming from a mile away. I see your
it's
setup
a big
coming
setup.
from a mile away.
E.T., I need you to get me a gig. I need you to get me on the stage. I'm writing my book.
No. She started with the sob story. So
this happened.
You gotta see, cats start with, and they may even start, okay, let me give you another example. You ever seen the dude who still, for some reason, my man got his stuff on CD, right? So you walking down the street, and this is in New York, Philly, the biggest cities like that. You walk, even in Atlanta, you walking down the street, my man like, yo, here, my CD is free.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Bro. And they put it in your hands. Here goes something.
Yeah.
And you like, bro, I'm straight. And they like, no, it's free. Just check it out for me. And then you give it to them, and they like, yo, just small donation, whatever you can give is cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo. All right, so that was the metaphor. Yeah, I'll let you take the punchline home.
Oh, Carl, go for it.
Yeah,
Carl.
I was gonna jump in. So what I was gonna say real quick, the Bible tell you a little child should lead them. So Tiffany's son came to me this week, like literally in Philly, and he said to me, I'm talking about minutes, little child, listen to what I'm saying carefully. He said to me, look, I'm paraphrasing, but in a nutshell, this is, I'm not gonna waste your time. What I want you to help me come up with real quick is I need a goal that if I accomplish it, then I'll come back and ask you if you could mentor me. He's like, give me something that I can accomplish because I want to validate this and make sure it makes sense. I want to show you that this is going to be worth your time. So come up with a goal that makes sense. Give me something to do. Like he's asking first, give me something to do that I can prove to you that any interaction with me is going to be worthwhile. And I'll come back to you when it's done. Listen to the language. I'll come back to you when it's done. And at that point, I'm going to ask you if you can mentor me. And I'm just like, I had to like pretend like, oh, okay, yep, cool, I got you. Yeah, let's talk it out. But like, I'm like, yo, it's a 14-year-old child that came up to me and asked me this. And I'm like, yo, grown people, again, you put you first.
Yes.
You put you first. He's like, yo, I am going to prove to you that, and that's what he's saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Any interaction that you have with me, it's all about execution. That's what he said in a nutshell. It's all about execution. So there's nothing you're going to say to me that's not going to get done. And before we start, I'm going to prove that to you. So once we get that in place, dude, how much easier is it for me if I ever see him call to answer the phone? Oh, I just need to have 2 minutes with my man and he know what direction he's going and he's going. You know what I'm saying? It don't take no time or energy from me at all. 14 years old, y'all. 14, literally.
Look, you said time and energy. So here's what I was going to say because I want to help. For real, you guys must understand, we wouldn't be on this call talking like this if we weren't legitimately trying to help you. We're legitimately trying to support you, right? So listen to what I'm saying. So the little dude called me. I'm sorry, I'm at the restaurant, Jordan Johnson's restaurant in Philly.
Shout out to Jordan. Let's not just brush past that name
true.
one more time.
Yeah,
shout out to, man, listen, he ain't gave me no bread. We just know the man and respect the man and eat there every time we go to Philly. That is maybe the top 3 best restaurants I've ever been to my life.
It is.
Top
really
2
is.
and it's not 2, okay? Bruh,
no, it really
my
is.
man is off the chain. If you are ever in Philly, go to Jordan Johnson's Gourmet Seafood and tell him E.T., CJ Carl, the whole Secret to Success squad sent you. My man has the best food in the world. Continue. I just didn't want to go past my man.
No. And we went back the next day to see without you.
Oh, I know y'all did. Oh, y'all did? Oh, I know y'all did. Shoot. I know because Toby was about to have a heart attack. He trying to take my order in the thing. I'm like, bro, relax. But let me tell you something. I'm doing the keto. Woo, my man, bruh. I said, if this is keto, I could just, you know what I'm saying, come back to that. Hey, my man had me so sweet. Oh, bruh, best food I ever had in my life.
Yeah, Tobe got the next day. So here's a learning moment, again, for you guys. So here is a 13-year-old who asked me to mentor him. Let me tell you guys, I want to just make it practical to you. The reason why I told him yes, he already has a brand. You feel me? Listen to me closely. He's 13 years old. He already has a brand. He already is in the process of selling his merchandise. I told y'all last year when he was 12, he made $10,000. He's 12 years old. He made $10,000 in 1 month. He's 13 years old. He already has a billboard up in Times Square. He already has a commercial on CNN.
I was impressed when you said a billboard, but then you finished it with in Times Square.
You know, he had a billboard in Times Square. He on TV. He asked me, could I mentor him? Yes, I can mentor you. Why? Because it ain't gonna cost me nothing. And so for you grown men who reach out to me, you don't got a brand going yet. You ain't made $10,000. Look, see, at the end of the day, and I want to hurt your feelings. I do. Let's go back to last week's podcast. I'm intentionally trying to make it burn because maybe if it burns, you're going to do something about it. This little kid can afford to go to Game Changers at 13 years old. Let that burn. Let that burn.
Let that sizzle in your spirit.
Let that sizzle in your spirit.
Shout out to Country Wayne. Let that sizzle in your spirit.
You feel me? Let that sizzle in your spirit. He 13 years old and he making $10,000 a month. He ain't asking nobody for no money. And he don't got his daddy in his life. It's just him and his mama. Let that sizzle in your spirit when you come to me. And now I gotta create you.
Hey, thanks, Pops Quinny, for being the only listener right now.
Oh, no doubt. Pop's getting some fire.
Ooh.
You feel me? So what you're asking me to do when you want me to mentor you as an adult man who say you ain't got $1,000, what you want me to do is pretty much do 80-20. And I can't do that. My wife got MS. I can't do that no more if I wanted to. My girl retired and like, look, I did a conference all day and came to the crib and fell asleep and she was like, oh, so you ain't got no time for me? I'm like, what? I
got you calling my phone, want me to watch 8 hours of your videos.
Right. But
that's my problem is like, yo, people, I promise you, you said it, but if you one of these people, please just do a self-evaluation. Like, dog, you never stop to think, yo, E might be busy. He might have something going on. He might not feel good. He might have, you don't even know if I got a common cold. You don't know what's going on with me. You don't care because you only care about yourself. And again, you trying to make my validation make you happy. And then I told you, the reason I'm done, and I'm glad now you guys finally joining me on my soapbox.
Back to back.
But I've been over it because here go the thing. Yeah. I told you, you sending me your stuff, and if I tell you what I really think, you mad anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If I critique you. Right.
Bruh, I'm like, so I'm good. Like, I tell you, I'm not trying to tell anybody the truth anymore. What's to say? You can't handle the truth. I'm good. I'd rather just be like, yo, fire.
Let
and
that
I can just leave you alone.
Spirit.
You know what I'm saying? But listen to where you at. You at a point in life where if E takes you back 3 fire emojis, you'll feel like, I made it. E ain't even got to watch it for real. And I'm probably telling on E because he probably did it before because you're a flamingo. He want to make you happy. But he could text you back 3 flame emojis. And you feeling like, wow,
you got the fire
he thought
emoji,
my
that's
stuff
what
is
happened.
fire. He ain't opened your stuff and click play to save his life, but he sent you back 3 fire emojis and it made your day. Think of how simple you being. You put yourself in a position where 3 fire emojis make you feel like you on top of the world. And without the 3, you on the bottom of the world. It's not real. That's not real life.
That's it. No, that's it. There's nothing else to say.
Well, good night. That was an odd way to end the podcast, but I'm down. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying. It's it, bro. That's it. It ain't like you got about four nuggets. You can't do nothing with a 4-piece and a drink.
Look at the recorder. How long we been on? People get mad if we ain't on at least an hour.
104. Hour and 4, bro.
Okay, well, let's
ask ET or something.
Okay, well, yeah, you right. I'm talking about, bro, hey, what are we going to do? How both of us get on the, you know what I'm saying? We on the Monstars. You know what I'm saying?
You know how I got on it?
Yeah, welcome.
I got on it when, God revealed to me, I was just reading Psalms. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a shepherd. I know that. I'm a shepherd, bro. I've always looked at the shepherding boy from a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like coddle, he leadeth me, but besides it, and then I read it, see it hit me. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. You feel me? That's what sheep don't eat lions. They don't eat lions, bruh. You know what I'm saying? That's not what they own. They don't eat gazelles. You feel me? But watch this. In order for them to be successful, to eat the green grass and to lay on the green grass, you know what I'm saying? Like the water, he maketh me lie down. And God was like, you got it twisted. They're not gonna lie down in green pastures by osmosis. They're not gonna do it on their own. So you're thinking by encouraging them and inspiring them that they're just gonna get the green grass, they're just gonna lay in it. No, he maketh me lie down in green pastures. He maketh me. I was like, yep, I see what I'm missing. I'm not doing the aggressive boy. I'm not being forceful. I'm giving you options. I'm not making. I'm optioneth. You know what I'm saying? I'm optioneth. I'm trying to
What'd you say
inspireth. Yeah. You feel me though? I'm inspired.
You giving the option?
Yeah, I'm optionative. You know what I'm saying? Inspirationative. You know what I'm saying? Motivationative.
Suggestive.
That's what I've been on.
Suggestive, you lie down.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the word we're looking for. Suggestive.
That's what I've been on, see? That's what I've been on, bruh. That's what I've been on. And I'm like, no more of that,
You definitely
no more of
do
that.
some strong suggestive. But unfortunately, people don't move on the suggestive.
No, and here's what's so funny. I am schizophrenic because when you hear me speak in public or on the TGIM, that's not the same person I am when I'm dealing with you one-on-one. I don't even deal with you the same way. I deal with you one way on video, on the stage, but when me and you sitting down, I'm cutting you slack. Why?
Oh, you know that used to be my pet peeve about you. You'll be on stage going crazy, and then we sit down with somebody and you like, oh, flowers and rose. I'm like, bruh, you just got through cutting heads off on stage. Now you're going to be soft on my man.
But and here's what I thought. I thought if I gave it to you the raw, you wouldn't be able to handle it. And you might not be able to. But I understand every time I give it to you the soft, I'm not preparing you. And if I get in trouble with the creator, it will no longer be because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. It's going to be because I did what I was supposed to do and you refused to do what you're supposed to do. I'm not getting in trouble for you no more. I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you the way that it was given to me. And this is why I'm successful. My mama was a gorilla. My wife is a gorilla. C is a gorilla. I know the formula, but then I want to give you something else. And that's not the formula. But I know what happened. Can I be honest? I know how I felt when I was being come at this way. I know how I felt when I was not given no grace, you know, in terms of this is what it is. And I know how it burned me and how it hurt me. I know how sensitive I was and emotional I was. I still did what I was told to do, but I was hurt. Like, I can't believe you can't find no better way. How you gonna talk to me? You feel me?
I need a man with sensitivity.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm in my feelings challenge. You know, are you gonna ride with me? And I realized, hey, E, stop it, E. You know how you got here. Stop. You know how you got here. You know you couldn't do 2 sets of 10. You know you had to do 5 sets of 20. You feel me? You know my man don't look like that because he stopped when he was tired. You know he looked like that because she stopped when she was done. You know that. Stop giving them a fake version of, give them the real, because only when you give them the real recipe can they get the same outcomes you got. And so I didn't want to be the separation boy. I didn't want people to separate from me. I didn't want people talking about me, you know, bad. E.T. ain't who he said. Now I'm like, yo, bro, I just got to give it to you real. And however you take it, that's how you take it. But if you can take it, you're going to be successful. I can guarantee you that. So yeah, I apologize to everybody who got the wrong E.T. and then I switched up on you and now you wondering why he switched up on me. I'm switching up on you because I love you and care about you, for real. And the Verified Conference showed you that. Because I didn't give you what you wanted, 3-4 hours of ET. I brought people like Words in that broke his piece down, Nikki who broke her piece down, Moose who broke his piece. I gave you what you needed, not always what you wanted. You feel me? And so I know I'm gonna lose some of y'all in the process, but those of you who stay with me.
300, you know what I'm saying?
Yep,
300.
You're gonna be a part of the 300, not the 3,000, yup. You're right, yeah. See. Yup. My man wanted to take 3,000. Gideon wanted to take 3,000 in battle. And Lord was like, nope, take the 300 that can really do this thing. So that's the podcast, my friend. That's the podcast, my friend.
Hey, you know what else I don't suggesteth? I maketh you. I maketh you order some Organifi, okay? When you wake up and drink a glass of Organifi green juice, you kickstart the body's process of daily detoxing, all right? Producing natural energy and managing stress. Start the day with a smart choice. Your body will reward you, all right? 92%. You know, don't slip on the 2. 92% of Americans have a vitamin deficiency. Start now. It's never too late to boost your energy, cleanse your body, and feel amazing. Transform your life in just 30 seconds a day, okay? Scoop, stir, and sip. Green juice improves your overall health, all right? So get like us, get on that green juice. I don't have enough time to read through all of the products that they have, but they have a ton, trust me. And if you go there now, you'll get 20% off your order, all right? So go to Organifi.com, Organifi.com. Use the promo code SUCCESS. Get 20% off your order, okay? That's 20% off your order at Organifi.com. Again, we appreciate Organifi being a major sponsor for this podcast, man, and allowing us to do what we do. All right, real quick, let's see. We got ASCII T. Oh, by the way, you see your godson blowing up on IG, bro.
Oh, yeah, I told him he about to take my spot.
Yeah,
hey, and can we do the quick, tell him, can we do the quick Q&A? Jalen just came in the room, so I want to spend some time with my man, get some stuff in. And happy birthday to my boy Bob, August the 11th. This is the dude that one of the first dudes, got Lonzo, but then Bob revolutionized my life. Y'all know y'all read the book, Secret to Success. If you didn't, you need to. For those of you who don't like to read, go get the audio book, which was one of the best selling audio books.
If I do say so myself.
Yeah, for real. That joker is, I'm telling you for real, it's like a motion picture. If you check that boy out, audiobook.com. We were on that joint. So check that out. Happy birthday to my boy Bob. Love you for life. And yeah. Let's do that quickly. I want to.
Yeah, no, we don't have to. Hey, I need to say, as this podcast is being released, happy anniversary to my wife. Yeah, that makes 10 years for us. So as y'all hear this, I will be in Mexico. All right,
Mexico.
with my wife. Man, looking forward to. My wife said we haven't had a trip just the two of us. I don't believe this, but she said we haven't had a trip just the two of us since our honeymoon. So I'm actually taking her back to the spot where we had our honeymoon, and also going to check it out. You know what I'm saying? See if we can get it for, 2020. You know what I mean? For I guess 2021. We got the other event in Mexico coming up in 2020. Super excited about that as well.
Hawaii, come on.
Happy anniversary.
Hawaii.
10 years, dog. Can you believe that?
Hawaii.
10 years. We getting old,
don't forget
dog.
Hawaii.
Yeah, no question. Let me go through the dates real quick so y'all know where to catch us at, all right? You definitely don't want to miss the 1%, all right? Jamal King, Tiffany Montgomery, Eric Thomas, myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't never make the flyers, but I'm there. You know what I'm saying? New York, August 23rd and 24th, all right? We will be in the building, New York, greater New York area, all around the East Coast. Make sure you're there, August 23rd and 24th. New Orleans, September 12th and 13th. New Orleans, y'all need to pick it up now. We had so many requests coming in from New Orleans. Please do an event in New Orleans. So we want to see those ticket sales jump, all right? This is our first event doing it in New Orleans, so super excited about that. I actually haven't spent much time in New Orleans. I've been there a couple of times, but just kind of a day or two and just kind of passing through. Never got a chance to really kick it there, so I'm excited about New Orleans on September 12th and 13th. Also, D.C., October 5th and 6th. And if you're in D.C., you know you better get your tickets quick because I don't know what it is about D.C., but they come through deep always. So D.C., New Orleans, New York, make sure you go to etinspires.com/events. Check all of those out. Also, Hawaii. Aloha. We're coming to Hawaii.
Aloha.
Yeah, coming to Hawaii the 27th and 28th of December. All right, 2 days.
Out there with
all right,
us, y'all.
so if you out
y'all.
Anywhere near there, all right, West
Australia.
Coast people, Washington, Cali, Utah, all around there.
Vancouver.
Yep. All my people
Australia,
in Australia,
New Zealand, Fiji.
Yep. Make sure you Fiji. You know what I'm saying? Who else out there? Make sure y'all come through Hawaii.
You know what I'm saying? See, that's all I got in my little geography book.
Hawaii, yeah, no doubt. And then also, last, but certainly not least, this is for next year, guys. This is for next year, April 25th through May 1st. Riviera Maya, Mexico, 2020. Listen, man, we got so much going on there. There are workshops, white parties, events. Man, we had last time we played the minute to win it type game. We just had a blast, and that is in Mexico, all right? And we're gonna have a great time this next time. It is always just a phenomenal event, man, just being able to kick it, at a resort with the whole squad, man. We do a lot of learning, a lot of, fun stuff, workshops from myself, Maul, I know Tiffany will be there again. E.T. is going to have some workshops. Nikki will do a workshop. But then the rest of the time, man, we're just going to have a blast, man. We have a lot of fun, a lot of events. I told E this next time I want to have even more events, more structured events. So looking forward to that as well. Make sure you go to etinspires.com/events and get your tickets, man. Show us some love, man. We appreciate everybody who comes out to all of the events and always look forward to seeing you guys. You guys are like family to us. All right, E, I'm not going to hold you, dog. I got to get to packing. I'm leaving here shortly to Mexico. And so I'm going to relieve you from Ask E.T. today. But I do need that nugget of the day before you get out of here. Shout out to Baylor. I know you're going to Baylor today. Shout out to the Baylor Bears and my homie Alvin, and who's a coach over there. Much love to the only other green squad I could possibly cheer for, Baylor. So yeah, go rock the house and give us a little nugget, a preview of what you're gonna tell Baylor.
Oh wow, I didn't know you was going there.
Throw a little curveball. You know what I'm saying? Keep the people on their toes.
Yeah, so for Baylor, man, it's simple. You know, it's not a question of what you want. It's a question of what are you willing to do to get what you want. You know, because if you can believe it, like conceive it in your mind, if you can actually like conceive it, like, okay, I see what I want. If you can believe it, like, yo, I know this could happen for me. Literally, you have everything within you to achieve it. So your brain will never think of something that you can't do, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you say, E, I'm gonna make you a household name, that was something that you conceived in your brain. I never thought about that. But you said in your brain, E, I'm gonna make you a household name. And you in your spirit really believe that. You believed, I'm gonna make E a household name. That was 2007, 2008. Well, we're in 2019 and I'm a household name. You feel me? Because you really, so there was something that you conceived in your brain, there was something you believed in your heart, but more importantly, there were some things that you did every single day to make that belief a reality. So I'm saying to you guys, for real, you said what you want, now what you gonna do about it?
I love it. Appreciate that nugget of the day, man. That's 100% accurate, man. Keep your mind and your eyes on where you can see. That's why I said the new goal is $1 billion, and I see it already. So we're gonna get to that $1 billion. Man, we appreciate y'all listening. I appreciate everybody and who came out to the events, man. Y'all just keep showing love, man. It is definitely a dream come true, man. We don't take that lightly. Super humbled and honored to be able to serve you guys on a weekly basis. Much love. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul.